Good day, I'm Lucy Tamayo from BSc 3-7. So, what I have learned in question document. So, I have learned that documents is any material that contain marks, symbol, or signs, either visible, partially visible, or invisible, that may ultimately or convey a meaning or message to someone. So also it is any written statement by which a right is established or an obligation extinguished. So in other terms, documents in technical meaning is any material that on which permanent or semi-permanent can be placed. Although most documents consist of paper containing handwriting, typewritten material, printed matters, or a combination, messages can be left on the walls, mirrors, blackboards, or locker doors. So, what is the difference of documents to question document? So, question document refers to any document which some issue has been raised or which is placed under scrutiny. So, question documents may be disputed or not. In other words, not all question documents are disputed. So, the examination of question document falls into two broad class. First class is criminalistic examination, which is for detection of forgeries, alterations, and obliterations. Second is handwriting identification, which is to find out who is the author of the writing. So let's talk about I have learned in history of paper. So the first paper was made in China 2000 years ago out from the inner bark of bamboo and hemp. And in 2nd century BC, vellum was created as a writing surface which is being crafted from the skin of goat and lambs. So the word paper was originated from Egypt, which they called as papyrus, discovered by them more than 4,000 years ago. So papyrus was made from a grass called reeds. And also, I have learned that newsprint is the least expensive type of paper made of ground woods. Also, paper is later on spread all over the world, and the first paper making mill was established in Spain in 1150s. So in 1960s, William Rittenhouse of Roxborough, Philadelphia, founded the first paper plant in America. So the other types of paper is offset. It is more expensive than newsprint due to its content that can resist water. So the next one is bond paper. It is a more and being used regularly in office works. So last one is safety paper. A paper which has been treated in such a way to minimize the chances of forgery by erasure, whether mechanical or chemical. So, however, John Loud in 1888 patented the first ballpoint writing tool. So, a ballpoint pen has in its point a small rotating metal ball that continually inks itself as it runs. So the ball is set into a tiny socket. In the center of the socket is a hole that feeds ink to the socket from a long tube or reservoir inside the pen. So the first practical fiber tip pen was invented by Yukio Hori of Japan in 1962. So it was ideally suited to the stroke of Japanese writing, which is traditionally done with a point ink brush. So dye is fed to the point by elaborate capillary mechanism. So quill pen made from a flight feather of a large bird. So the sharp of the feather acts as an ink reservoir and ink flows to the tip via capillary action. And next is ink. So it is a viscous liquid or dye applied in a pen that produces the visible result of writing. So, Indian ink, it is the oldest form of ink made up of carbon black. It is composed of suot known as black. So, the next one is laguk, blood book ink, laguk ink. So, it is the cheapest form of ink. It comes from the brownish red heartwood of a laguk trees used in preparing the purplish red eye. So, I also learned the iron glutamate, or known as iron gall ink. It is a purple black or from iron salt add tannic acid. Brownish black ink made. And last one is nigrosin ink, a type of ink made by heating a mixture of uh, aniline and nitrobenzene and used in negative staining of cell in microscope. So, last one is copy pencil. So, a writing instrument whose writing substance consists of a mixture of graphite and an aniline dye. So, let's talk about the classes of disputed signatures. So, first one is simple forgery. So, forged signature where no attempt has been made to make a copy or facsimile of the genuine signature of the person purporting to have signed the document. So the next is face forgery. So forged signature, which closely resembles the genuine signature since they have been produced by tracing process. So the next is copied or simulated forgery. So a forged signature, which resembles the genuine signature written freehand. So most skillful type of forgery. So I have learned also the forensic photography. So forensic photography is the art or science of photographically documenting a crime scene and evidence for laboratory examination and analysis for purposes of court trial. So the purpose of photography is to serve as a record of the initial condition of a question document. Second is make clear what otherwise may be hidden or indistinct. Three, a writing in question can be accurately enlarged. Four, can be cut apart as may be desirable and the various parts classified for comparison. Five, useful in showing delicate discoloration due to chemical erasures or other fraudulent changes which may otherwise be overlooked, denied, or misinterpreted. And lastly, ensured by abrasion made by ordinary rubber keys can sometimes be shown very clearly and recorded in permanent for a photograph. So let's talk about the instrument used in question document examination. So first one is compound microscope. So the compound microscope uses two lenses, an objective lens and an ocular lens, mounted at opposite ends of a closed tube to provide greater magnification than is possible with a single lens. Next is shadowgraph. It is an instrument that the image are cast in shadow. So an image of a shape made by casting a shadow onto a surface. So the third one is UV lamp. This is usually used in the detection of counterfeit bills, but can actually be used to detect security feature of qualified documents. Next is handwriting protractor. So an instrument for measuring angles, an instrument shaped like a semicircle, marked with the degrees of circle used to measure or mark out angles. Um, Next is stereoscopic microscope. So the stereoscopic microscope, too low powered, microscope arranged to uh, converge on a single specimen provides a three-dimensional image. Um, Next is video spectral com- comparator. Video spectral comparator is used to analyze ink and see whether they are the same or different. Next is transmitted light, a device where light comes from beneath or behind glass on document is placed. And next to the last is photo enlarger, a device used to enlarge negatives and transfer the image to the photo paper. And lastly is the electrostatic detection device. The electrostatic detection device is used to visualize indentations by applying an electrostatic charge to a transparent film. So, this method can also determine if something has been added to a journal or log after the original entry was made. Those are the topics that I have learned in question document. Thank you.